let's talk about what really makes or breaks a hotel stay. It's usually not the fancy lobby or the rooftop bar, is it? More often than not, it comes down to the cleanliness and the availability of your room. Today, we're going to dive into how AI is completely transforming one of the most critical and most difficult departments in any hotel: housekeeping.
Hello and welcome. As an AI expert in hotel operations, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. Now, to really understand just how revolutionary this technology is, we first have to appreciate the huge challenge it's designed to solve. So, let's begin with the department that has the biggest impact on guest satisfaction, even though it often flies under the radar. And that's right, we're talking about the unsung hero of the hotel. This is the department that can mean the difference between a glowing 5-star review and a frustrated 1-star complaint. And believe me, they face some of the biggest operational hurdles you can imagine.
So, what makes housekeeping so incredibly tough? Well, it is consistently called out as the most physically demanding and logistically complex department in the entire hotel. It's like a high-stakes ballet of timing, resources, and people all working together for that one single goal: to create a perfect, seamless guest experience. But here's the thing. The root of all this complexity isn't really the work itself. It's the way it's been managed for decades. For years, the industry has relied on something called the static approach. And in today's fast-paced hotels, this old way of doing things is just, well, it's broken. Just think about how rigid this traditional process is. A room attendant gets a paper list to the start of their shift and is basically told, just walk down this hall and clean the rooms one by one. But what happens when the guest in room 305 suddenly requests a late checkout? Or a family in 302 calls the front desk asking for an early check-in? That piece of paper can't adapt, and that leads to wasted time, wasted steps, and worst of all, frustrated guests stuck waiting in the lobby. And that really is the core difference right there. The old static approach is kind of like trying to navigate a busy city with a paper map that's a year old. The new dynamic approach, on the other hand, is like having a live GPS that's updating your route every few minutes based on real-time traffic. One is fixed and rigid. The other is intelligent and totally responsive. So this brings us to the technology-driven solution. It's a complete shift away from that rigid, skeletal structure to something way more intelligent. You can think of it as a dynamic nervous system for the entire department. And what that really means is this: the AI isn't just a fancy digital to-do list. No, it's more like a central brain. It's sensing everything that's happening in the hotel in real time: guest requests, checkouts, room statuses, even where the staff are. And it instantly sends out signals to optimize the entire operation on the fly. Now, this whole nervous system idea sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in practice, during a chaotic morning rush? Let's walk through a couple of very common real-world scenarios to see it in action. Okay, picture this. You're the manager. You just got word that a high-value VIP is arriving in an hour, and their room is not ready. With the old static system, this is a full-blown panic. You're on the radio, you're trying to figure out which attendant is closest, you're pulling them off their current task. It just disrupts the entire workflow for that floor. But with AI, the response is proactive, not reactive. The system is already a step ahead. It knows the VIP is on their way. It understands what we call turnover pressure, which is just the urgency to get that specific room ready, and it automatically and seamlessly moves that room to the very top of the cleaning list for the nearest available attendant. There's no panic, no disruption, just a quiet, intelligent solution. Or let's consider this daily headache. A guest calls down for a late checkout just as an attendant is about to knock on their door. In the old days, that's wasted time walking back and forth. But the AI sees that request hit the system, and in that exact same moment, it reroutes the attendant to the next closest room that it knows is vacant. It completely eliminates that wasted trip. So all of these small moment-to-moment efficiencies, they start to add up to a major impact. So let's talk about the results. What is the actual quantifiable, data-driven impact when a hotel implements this kind of intelligent system? Well, the results are pretty staggering. Hotels that use this kind of intelligent routing see productivity go up by as much as 20%. I mean, think about that for a second. For every 5-day work week, that's like getting an entire extra day's worth of work done for every single employee. It's a massive leap in efficiency.
So what does a 20% productivity boost actually mean for the business and for the guest? It translates directly into a better guest experience. Faster room turnover means a huge reduction in that frustrating wait time at the front desk. For those guests who are tired from traveling and just want to get into their room.
And the benefits don't even stop there. The system tracks everything, giving managers incredibly powerful data. By looking at cleaning times for individual staff members, you can offer personalized coaching to help them get better. And by analyzing the data by room type, you can forecast your labor needs with amazing accuracy. It really turns management from guesswork into a data science.
So, this technology isn't some far-off dream for the future. It's already here, and it's transforming hotels from the inside out. Which leaves us with a final thought for you to consider. We've seen what AI can do for housekeeping. So, as a future leader in hospitality, what's the next big operational challenge you would want to solve with AI?